Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel once again. I hope everybody is doing well. If you are following me from the past videos, you know that I was planning one ownership experience video for my bike Hornet, and some of you have requested for the same. Since I have completed around 4,500 kilometers in around 9 months, I think this is the best time to share my ownership experience. So I have planned it like this way. I will divide this into two parts. First I will talk about top 5 things which I like about my bike, and followed by top 5 dislikes. Also I will mention one maintenance tip at the end of each point so that it will help you to get most out of your bike. And there is a disclaimer. I am not an expert or any pro, so you may or may not agree with me on everything. So feel free to comment so that we can have a discussion there. So here we go. This bike is definitely a good looking bike. It's muscular, it's stylish. When I bought this bike I was getting quite a lot of attention because that time it was very new. And if you look it from behind, it won't feel like a 160cc bike because of the fat rear tire and the stance. So if you are considering a bike for the look, you may go for this bike. And now the tip. If you own a non-special edition Hornet, then if you want to make your bike shine for long, use this dashboard polish and this wax. Believe me, it will work like a charm. Now everybody knows how Honda's engines are. This is a premium bike, so you can expect a premium quality out of it. The engine is very smooth till 6k rpm or till 75 km per hour. And after that the vibration starts kicking, but I can assure at high speed you won't feel much vibration. And if you want pickup from this bike, you have to do it in 4th gear. That is the smooth spot of this bike. Now the tip: shift your gears only after 4k rpm and burst your throttle gradually. Then you will feel the smoothness of the engine. Even though this bike is a heavy bike when it stands still, but I can assure this bike is a great handler. So before buying, make sure you are strong enough to handle this bike. But once the wheel starts running, you won't feel the weight of this bike. Weight distribution is great. It's not too much heavy and it's easily flickable. I am using this bike regularly in traffic and I don't feel any difficulty in handling. Now the tip: when you are riding this bike, take a forward stance like a sports bike, because it's a semi-sports bike, and this will help you to keep the maximum balance of this bike. As I told, this bike is heavy and it has a fat tire also, but still surprisingly this bike is very much fuel efficient. Till date I get the range within 47 to 53 km per liter, and that also in Bangalore traffic. Can you believe it? If you want more mileage from this bike, you have to maintain an average speed around 50 to 55 km per hour. Now the tip: stick to only one brand if possible and calculate your mileage using reserve to reserve method. I tried to change my petrol brand to Indian Oil and I saw a drop of 10 km per liter in my mileage. So I am using HP petrol as of now and it is giving me good mileage. This bike doesn't come with the Vibre brakes which is made by Brembo, but but instead this comes with Nissin brakes, but I will say it still gets the job done pretty well. The bite of the brake is good, the feedback is little low on the rear side, so you have to push hard for the rear braking, and I am yet to find any difference in CBS and non-CBS brakes, because when I apply the CBS brake, which is the rear brake, I don't feel much difference in braking, and if I have to brake hard, I use both the brakes. So I think CBS is just kind of gimmick here, but still the brake quality of this bike is very good. Now the tip: use 70:30 brake distribution while hard braking, which is normal for all the bikes, and don't always trust in CBS because it's not ABS. Now these are the top 5 likings about my bike, but here are few honorable mentions which I also like. First one being the brake and clutch lever, it's very easy and very light. Second one will be the tires, it's MRF, it's sticky and it's wide, so you will feel the confidence while riding and even at cornering. And third will be the metal quality present in this bike. Till now I have not seen any rust or any kind of discrepancies in the metals which I saw in other bike like Gixxer, so the quality of metal is very good. So these are the things which I like about my bike. Now we should move to dislikes, shall we? So when I say pickup, I mean the initial pickup, which is completely missing in this bike. The first 2 gears are short and those have not done any justice to this amazing bike. In traffic you will always fall behind while trying to pick up. The power comes only at 6k rpm and there are better bikes in this segment with better low range performance. Now the tip: try to avoid first gear as much as possible. This bike accepts second gear directly pretty well. For most of you who don't know, apart from the chassis and the engine, every visible part of this bike is made out of plastic. And that is for the reason to reduce the overall weight. But now the durability of plastic is much less than the metal. I had my one and only accident when I collided with a school bus and bike bumped into a divider. Even though the impact was fully on the leg guard, this thing happened. Thanks to the plastic, I somehow managed to cover up the damage. So durability can be an issue with this bike. Now the tip: protect your bike as much as possible from falling or from accident. You can see even the minor one can create serious damage to the bike. Gear shift can be troublesome for the few. Gear shifting is not that hard after few months of usage, but there will be frequent false neutral and false shifting. I'm not sure whether this is with my bike only or this is with everyone's bike. I have informed this to service center guy every time, but looks like nothing has happened till now. Tip: setting bike to neutral will be an evergreen problem to all bike lovers. When you are in first gear and you are in standstill, accelerate your bike just a little so that the wheel starts to move and then immediately lift the gear lever. I can assure you this way you will hit the bullseye every time you hit the neutral. The seat of this bike is hard with less cushioning because it's not a commuter kind of bike. So long journey can be troublesome for the most of the riders. You can ride comfortably up to 15 kilometers in a single stretch, and after that your back will start spinning a little. Hard seat and stiff suspension make this bike difficult to tour with. Now tip: buy extra cushion seat cover which is available in local store and stay away from potholes as much as you can. Now comes the most exciting part of this bike, and I won't say anything, you just have to watch this. Did you see anything? Neither did I. The headlight of this bike is a joke, seriously. It is powered by DC and it is only 35 watt. My tinted helmet visor and this poor lighting make me almost unable to ride at night. And let me remind you, this is a premium bike with not so premium lighting. Tip: please change your bulb if you often ride at night. The stock bulb won't help you at any way. I did not change it yet because I am looking for a suitable substitute as of now. So these are the things which I dislike about my bike, and there are few honorable mentions like switch gear. We all know how the switch gear quality is, and it is not backlit also. Ground clearance is low. When you are riding with a pillion and you are over a bumper, the chance of scratching your exhaust belly will be always high. Third one will be the suspension. Suspension is stiff because it's a semi-sports bike, so it's not comfortable while riding in the city through the potholes. Next will be mirrors. Mirrors are not so practical in this bike. The coverage and the viewing area is so less that you cannot see what's behind you. So better to use these small things which will help. So that's it from me, and if you like this video and my others video, do subscribe to my channel, and these are the videos which you may like, and there is the subscribe button. So thank you. I will see you all in the next video.